All right, let's go over some stop loss options. One, I can put my stop loss percentage here that I want to use, or I could actually disable the stop loss. If I don't want a stop loss, I can just tell the bot I don't need a stop loss. All right, but this time I'm going to put a stop loss at 3%, and I can also do an exact stop loss price. Like if I know exactly where I want this to be, if I wanted it to be at 24,100, and there you go. If that's where I wanted the stop loss to be, I can do the exact price. Most of the time for my strategies, I just measure the chart and I put it where I want it, usually, right above or below the last swing high, swing low. All right. And so I'm going to make sure that this is ticked off so that way I'm using percent. All right. So here's the extra stop loss move. So one of the big things the bot does is once TP1 hits, as long as I tell it to, it's going to move that stop loss to entry. So sometimes you lose out when it comes back to your entry exactly because you have to pay fees. So 0.3% sometimes is just enough to cover some fees, right? If you're in like a really big swing trade and you just want to lock in a little bit even more extra profit, you could do something like that. But that's just one of the options that we can do for the extra stop loss move. So limit entries by coin. All right, let's say I'm trading Bitcoin and I have an ALGO bot and I only want it to take 3 trades at a time, okay, per the coin. All right, I'm actually going to change that to 4. So max entries for my Bitcoin is going to be 4 trades. All right, so now I can limit these entries by side. This is where it gets really, really powerful too. So now I can have, let me turn that back on. I can have 2 entries per side. So I can have 2 longs and 2 shorts, right? And then I can limit entries by label. So if I have a very specific label that I'm doing, right? If there's an algo bot, I can say I only want to see 1 entry per label. So that way I could technically run 2 strategies on 1 coin and open and close those strategies with the bot, and specifically without messing with the other entries, because it'll all average in on your Bybit, because that's how it works. But the bot's going to know the difference between the two.